Hello my friends, thanks for stopping by. I do hope you are all having a fabulous day. It is cold and snowy here, but I am here with all of my friends, so I'm having a good day. Today I am going to, this is a little bit of a recreation of something I wore in a video a couple weeks back that so many liked, but I took it up a notch for the holidays. So I hope you enjoy. I forgot to put my microphone on, so I already have my Stay Don't Stray by Benefit on my eyelids, and I have my tape. My tape is by NextCare, and you find it in your local grocery stores. Target has it. Anywhere they sell Band-Aids and have a first aid department, I'm sure you can find some sort of medical type tape. The reason why I like this is it's very flexible and it doesn't pull on the skin that much. Alright, I'm using the Stay Don't Stray because it does have a little bit of color to it to cancel out the blue on my lids. I'm a broken record when it comes to that. So first, I'm going to take my translucent powder by Mercier. Just going to take, this is the Beauty Junkie sponge. I like this. I'm just going to take it, I'm going to make sure I have no creases, and I'm going to set that primer on my lid just so that all my shadows play nicely. All right, so let's see. I brought some Anastasia single shadows here, and I'm going to stay in the Plum Mauve family. I was trying to make a new word, Plauve. The Plauve family. So what I'm first going to do is use the lightest colors, and those are going to act as my base and a crease transition color. Okay, so I'm going to take an e.l.f. little fluffy brush, and I'm going to start with an Anastasia color, and this is Nude. It's a very neutral, slightly pink undertone to it, but not crazy. And I'm just going to go ahead and apply that all over the eyelid, working right out to the tape line. The next color I'm using is Day Rate, and when you see it next to the first color I use, you can see that it has a little extra color or tone to it. Going in with a Morphe M441 brush. I really love this brush. They cost just a little over $5. And if you go and you put in like, I don't have a code for you, but I know Jacqueline Hill does. You get $5 off, I think. I always buy them through her code, always. I buy through people's links because it helps them out and it supports their channel. Okay, so we're going to take that, and that is just going to end up in the crease as always. And why do I start with the crease? It's just my guideline. It really gives me direction. And these two colors up against each other aren't really going to seem like there's much of a difference, but there is, just a slight. So just building that up. So on the outer edge, of course, as usual, I'm going to lift up slightly and just fill the rest into my crease. The next shade I'm going to use is the third one in the palette. This is Warm Taupe. Now, I'm not usually a taupe wearer. I'm just going to pick up a little bit of that, and this is just to help give a little more definition to the crease area. And I'm just going to lightly place that in the outer part all the way almost to the inner eye, but not quite. I want to keep the emphasis on the outer part of my eye for this. So you see I'm stopping right about here, not taking it in because I want the inner part of the eye to stay a little bit brighter, and because this tone starts to warm up a little bit, I want to keep that on the outer part. Okay, so that's what we're looking at so far. Alright, so you can see that the colors that I have used so far are very neutral and very subtle. So now I want to start adding my warmth. So now I'm going to take, I'm still working with the M441. The next one I'm going to pick up is Plum Smoke. And I'm going to just put it on the tip of the brush. I'm going to tap off. And I'm going to start working that into the lower part of my crease. This one I don't want to bring up. I want it just in the lower part of the crease. It's going to act as a really nice transition for the next color I use. Okay. So you see where I'm keeping that right here. I'm going all the way out to the edge of the tape, almost flaring it up just slightly on the edge there, but then I'm going just in the lower part of the crease. I'm not lifting it up to where those other colors were. Take a little bit more of it and just put it here. Okay. So that's what we're looking at right now. So now I want to pick up is Rosette, and I'm going to pick this up with a 217, and I'm going to work this one even lower and more towards the outer part of the lid. And into the inner part. I'm going to go back in and I'm going to pick some more of that color we used in the crease. And I'm just going to go a little bit over the crease. Going to go in and pick up a little bit of that Plum Smoke. I'm going to deepen the corner, outer corner. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so now I want to lift the outer a little bit more. So I'm going to go in with that second one that we used. And I'm going to lift that up here. Actually, I'm going to blend a little bit in with these, the two of these, of the first three I used. I'm going to blend a little bit. And I'm going to lift that up in the corner. Fluffy brush, just softening the edges. I'm going to go in with Labyrinth now, and I'm going to place that on the inner part of the lid. I'm going to take it all the way. Okay, so that is the base of it. What I'm going to do now is remove the tape, and it always gives you a better idea of what it's going to look like when the tape is off. So we'll start to work on the rest of my face, and then we'll tweak the eyes as we go along. So of course I need to use, well, first of all I'm going to turn the sponge around, and I'm just going to clean up any fallout that may have happened. And if you just kind of tap your damp sponge along, it picks it up without smudging it all over your face. All right, so now I was sent a couple of things from Amazing Cosmetics, and you all know that in my a couple videos ago, I had tried the primer. I tried it again. I just can't get this to work for me. I hate to say anything negative about something that was sent to me, but you know, the only way I'll ever take things is if I can be honest, and this for me just does not work. They sent me two of their concealers, so I thought today I would try one of the concealers without that primer because it just doesn't work for me. So we're going to try today the Amazing Concealer. They sent me another one. They sent the Amazing Concealer Hydrate and the Amazing Concealer. Now the Hydrate is a little too light for me, or I would use that one today. So I'm going to go ahead and use the other because it has more, and this is also in a stick form. So I'm going to try this one today, and the color of this one has a little bit of a peachy undertone. But first I have to put my Smashbox primer on. So we will do that. And I also have to put my face primer on. And I will tell you, I am loving the Pore Corrector Anti-Aging Primer from Algenist. And I'm just going to go ahead and do that. Now the thing with this is you have to let it dry before you apply anything over it. It doesn't take a long time to dry, but you really do need to let it dry. Okay. So I've let the primer dry. So now I am going to go in with a wet beauty blender, and the foundation I've chose for today is my Armani Luminous Silk. And I'm going to go ahead and put 2-3 pumps of it in my hand. And I'm going to take it, put a little blob on all the areas needed, and we'll go from there. This is a Beauty Junkie. I love this, and I ordered a bunch of them. I loved them so much. This is damp. I am going to go ahead and just start working my foundation in. And I first kind of tap it all around just to get it distributed evenly. All right, so my foundation is on. Next is going to be the amazing concealer. And like I said, I don't know if you'll be able to pick that up, but it is, well, you'll see when I put it on. It is very concentrated for one, but it has a little bit of a peach undertone, so I don't have to use another concealer with it. So a corrector, because I'm trying to use it on its own to see how it works so I can tell you. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to start tapping that all along underneath my eyes. You know, it's amazing. It seems like overnight with menopause or whatever's going on inside our bodies as we age, losing everything. It's amazing to me how fast the wrinkles come. Okay, so we're going to go ahead. Now, I've never tried this one, and I have never put any powder over it, but I'm going to for video purposes. And because I wear powder, I bake underneath my eyes all the time. I'm going to do the other side. Okay, so there is the amazing concealer on. I could be asking for trouble here when I put the powder over it, but I'm going to do it anyway because that's what I do on a daily basis. So now I'm going to go ahead and take some of my Laura Mercier powder. And again, I may find a powder that works much better with this than the Laura Mercier. The reason why I use two powders is because I don't really like this one on my face, but I do love it for underneath my eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and tap any creases out. I don't want to rub this, I just want to tap. And then I'm going to go ahead and just put my powder underneath. And I'm going to do the same thing on the other eye. All right, so there we have it. Now, I'm going to try a new powder today. I bought it a while ago and it's just been sitting there. I haven't tried it, but many of you talk about it. It's Flower, and it took me a long time to find this. And I got the color 1. It comes in 1 and 2, I believe, but I got the 1. I'm going to take the little seal off here, and we'll put some of it in the cap. And I'm going to apply it just like I do. So that's what the color looks like. I'm going to apply it just like I do all my other powders with a big powder brush. And I'll use the same one I always use. I love this powder brush. This is Sephora's brush. I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to tap it into the bristles, work it in there, tap it off, and then I'm going to go ahead and tap on my face. I think I'm going to need a little bit more. Work it in. Tap it off, do my forehead, come around my nose. It has a very subtle smell to it. Okay, feels nice. It really does. It feels very nice. I don't think it actually looks cakey or anything. It actually looks very smooth in the viewfinder, but then again, I can't really see. Okay, so now I want to take care of all that stuff underneath my eyes. So I'm just going to grab a brush here. I do have the sweep brush by Sigma that works very well for this. Matter of fact, we'll use it. I'm going to go ahead and sweep all that powder off. It looks a little dry and I think it's accentuating my wrinkles, but we're still going to go with it. All right, so now we want to move on. I'm going to go ahead and do my contour. And I'm going to use the Shade and Light. I ordered this during the Sephora sale and I have not used it yet, but that's what it looks like. I'm going to use this one, the first one in the palette, and I'm going to go ahead and use my Wayne Goss holiday brush. I'm just going to put some on the tip of this. Ooh, a lot of fallout there. Okay, put it on the tip. I'm going to go ahead and work it right into the contour. It's a nice color. You know, I love the, oh, that's very nice, very nice. I love the Kat Von D Shade and Light eye paddle. Oh, that one I didn't tap off enough, so we'll have to work that one out a little bit more. And then I'm just going to go up a little bit more here. It's actually very nice. All right, and I'm going to go ahead on my forehead just to add a little bit of depth there. And it just pulls everything together. I'm gonna go ahead and I'm gonna tap it off. I wanna do my jawline over here. You might wanna use a smaller brush if you're just starting out. Okay. I'm gonna take a smaller one just to show you. I'm gonna tap it in that powder, tap it off. It just gives you better control when you're using a smaller brush. Big one, you're putting it all over the place. With a little one, you can actually move it wherever you want. Okay, so that is it. I like that. That's very nice, my friends. For blush, I actually brought two out with me. I did bring the Laura Geller, the Tropicus that I got in a Christmas set. It's very vibrant though, too much for the eye look I'm going for. So I'm gonna go with the subtle rose bronze in Chanel, and I'm using a Suku brush that my friend Michele from MakeupMLC gave me for my birthday. So very sweet of her, very nice. I'm just going to pick up blush this way. I'm just tapping it, and I'm going to lightly tap off, and then I'm going to just tap along my cheekbone, and you can always build up. Okay, if you want to focus a little more color right in the front, not so much right like on a ball, but right here, you can. And we're going to do the same thing on the other side. I love these blushes. I really do. I love Chanel blushes. They have just the right amount of satin to them so that you really don't have to wear a highlight, but because this is going to be more of a holiday look, I think I will put a little sort of glow on the face for you. All right, so there's the blush. Now here's something else that I like to do. You take it, and if you sweep it along the eye, you incorporate that color into the eye look, and it just looks beautiful, I think. I think it just marries the whole look together. Okay. So that's what we're looking at now. So of course, I want to just take a little bit and just make sure that I have my blush blended well. And I'm just tapping it, that's it. When it comes to my eyebrows, they're very sparse. It's a genetic thing with the family. Plus, when we were younger, in my generation, we tweezed and tweezed and tweezed till we had like one thin line. That was the look then. Now it's bigger, bolder eyebrows, which are beautiful. But you know, this is what I have left, and this is what I have to deal with. So I am using a different way of applying my eyebrow pencil. So maybe I will show you. All right, so I'm using the Anastasia Brow Wiz, and this is in the color Caramel. Now I'm going to start out right on the edge, inner edge here, and I'm just drawing a tiny, now do very small strokes, I'm just doing a tiny line to give me a guideline. Now this is where my eyebrows are very, very thin, so I go like this, and I'm creating a new line for myself right here, going straight up. I'm not trying to join my own eyelashes, so my own eyebrows. I'm actually creating a little bit of line, but I have to tell you, you have to do this in a very smart way, because you don't want people to know, you don't want them to see your drawn eyebrows. And when you have a lot of bald spots, you have to be really, you have to do gentle strokes with it. And you also, it's very important to find the right eyebrow color, because something too dark is going to make you look angry and older. So I'm going to go ahead and start just stroking lightly in the front part of the brow, and until I get it to where I think it looks okay. You can see it's already the difference between the two. Now I'm very, very thin right here, but I have a lot of brow right here, so I can go straight up, just follow the line, very small strokes, and I start to thicken here again, so I just join the brow, and that is that. So now I have to make sure that I get this and build up the depth of this. And you will see the difference in the brow from the one next door. And this one here is not as bad as this one. So when you look at my brows now, let me comb it. It's very important to comb through after. And it's very important to keep your brows trimmed if they're like mine. Mine get long and wiry until I'm looking Spockish. All right, so look, you can see the difference in what an eyebrow does. It brings the whole look alive. It really does. So I'm going to go ahead and do the other brow, and I will be my brows are now complete. You know, I wanted to say something about imperfections. Don't beat yourself up about them. Don't focus on them. Don't be so hard on yourself when it comes to imperfections. We all have them. I have a bump in my nose. It's my grandmother's nose. There's nothing I can do about it. I won't cut my face. I'm not really interested in having a nose job. So, you know, I don't worry about it. My profile, there's a bump. My, you know, eyebrows, they're a hot mess. But you know what? You know, it's not about the outer all the time. You know, it's about who you are inside, and that's what people love you for. So don't beat yourself up when you don't have what somebody else may have. I, my whole life, have wanted a great set of legs. I don't have them. And so I don't hate women that have beautiful legs. I love it. And I tell them, you have great legs. So that's just my little 2 cents about that. All right, so now I need to do my lips. I want to go with a bold lip, and I also need to do my under eyes, and I need to do my tight lining. So why don't we do my tight line? Now today, I'm going to use a brand new color. I ended up buying the Nars Larger Than Life Venento, which is their black, and you know I do not wear a lot of black, but for this look I really wanted to. So I'm going to go ahead and do my tight lining, and it is a black, but what's nice about these pencils for me, they do not transfer onto the bottom lid, because the bottom line, the water line, because if they did, oops, I went a little crazy there and got it on the actual skin, so I might have to do that on the same on the other side. But I wanted to just really show you and focus on what it does for the eye, because it is a very important step, I think, for us as aging. Okay, I have to wait till my contacts get back in place and focus. All right, if you look at my eyes now, you can definitely see what that has done for the eye. It intensifies the look without having that black eyeliner, but a lot of women like to wear that. I cannot. Do not like it on myself. I think it's very aging and harsh on me. But look at the difference. It has just brought this eye to life. Okay, so I'm going to do the other eye now. All right, so I need to work on the bottom part of my eye. So I'm going to take this color here, the taupe that we started with. And now here, because if you're someone like me and you wear contacts, you want to have a very dense brush for this that will hold the color, because as you go across, you will powder will fly on your lashes, your contacts. So I'm going to go in and just pick some of that color up. I'm going to tap it off, and I'm going to go ahead and just place that underneath my eye, joining it with the outer part where I have the tape. And you'll notice now everything is just working up on the eye. Nothing drags down. Same thing on the other side. Okay, so I have just the base of that color. The next color I'm going to use, I'm going to go in and take the lighter that I actually did on my lid, and I want to put some of that just on from the middle to the inner eye, just to have a little sparkle. There's no glitter in these shadows. They're just satin finishes, which are nice. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm just going to add that color, and then I'm going to run it right over the other color. Okay, so there is the second color. Now I'm going to pick up the color that I use, Plum Smoke. I'm going to take some of that, tap it on, and I'm going to use that just on the very outer part, because that's what I used on this part. Okay, so there is pretty much the completed look of the eyeshadows. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to put my lipstick on, and I just got this beautiful pencil. I want to have a bolder mouth, so I'm going to use, it's called Red Chocolate by Laura Mercier. I love it, absolutely love it. So we're going to go ahead and put that on the lips. There's the lip line. I just love this. Love it. It's the perfect, it doesn't have too much blue, not too much brown. I just love it. And the lipstick I'm going to use is one that I fell in love with. I used it in my nothing over $5 tag. It's by Revlon. It's number 610. It's called Gold Pearl Plum. I love it. Love it. All right, so there's the lip. I absolutely love this color. It's a bold lip, but not obnoxious. I just love it, and I love the Laura Mercier liner with it. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take that Artist Dense brush I have. I think this is the number 1 or something. I'll list it below for you. So I'm going to take that Plum Smoke again. I really want to intensify the outer edge a little bit. I'm just going to tap that Artist brush in there, and it has picked up enough. Now I'm going to give it a little bit of a tap. And then I'm just going to focus this right in the outer corner, just tapping that color, really building up the outer corner, okay? Love an outer corner built up. Okay, so there we go. Now there is a little bit of fallout with Anastasia shadows, so you want to be careful. And I'm staying within that guideline of where the tape was and just really intensifying the outer edge, okay? So now, of course, I'm going to take one final sweep here and get rid of the fallout. So now I have to put my mascara on, but before I put my mascara on, I am going to spray the Max Fix Plus. But before I do that, I just want to make sure that everything on my face is the way I want it. So I think I'm pretty satisfied, so now I want to take that powder look off my face. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my Fix Plus by MAC. I like this one, and I like the Chill by Urban Decay. And I am going to go ahead and let that dry, and I'm going to go off camera and put on my mascara. It's much easier for me to do because I have to get right up in front of my mirror. And all of you know how to put mascara on. So I'm going to go off camera, put my mascara on. I will do my hair and put my earrings on and come back with the finished. Friends, I'm back. I put my mascara on. Obviously, I took my hair down and put my clothes on. I just put a fun little faux fur, the same color as my eyeshadows on. Very simple rhinestone Sheila Fajl teardrop. They're so light, love them. And you can get these from Lisa D1's blog. And for my mascara, I use the Chanel Volume Effect. Oh, I just love this mascara. The wand is even the type I don't like, and I love it. And I also just put a touch of the Anastasia tinted brow gel on my brows. I have some white ones that just refuse to dye. So I put the, and this is in the caramel. I like it because it's almost like a goldy bronze, so it gives a two-tone, and almost some of the strands, some of the white eyebrows almost match my hair. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this. I hope it gave you some ideas for a holiday look. Remember that you can take some of these tips and incorporate them into your look for your eye shape using the colors that are most suited for you. So thanks for stopping by, and don't forget, subscribe. We're anti-aging here. Be happy, healthy, beautiful, and most of all, my friends, lovable. I love you all. Bisous.